Welcome. I'm Alice Alicia Jones, and this is another one of my Living Consciously videos. I welcome you to this presentation. I am very happy to be doing these. Yesterday, I had as close to a normal day as I've had in over 6 months because since Virginia's cases, COVID cases, are constantly still going up, my husband and I have taken every precaution, which means we've basically been in lockdown since the 13th of March. And we've limited our exposure to the public strictly to grocery stores, any type of um, places that we've absolutely had to go to. And yesterday, I did a few fun things that I want to share with you. I still haven't gotten into the routine of sharing my life in a manner that kind of takes you along on my journey. So I'm going to do it and just tell you about it. First of all, instead of the reason I call it an almost normal day is because I wore this mask when I went inside for the appointments. And so effectively, only after the middle one was I able to take it off. But the first place I ended up, thanks to a delightful acupuncturist that I have, and who changed his location to Inova in Northern Virginia. And the complex is actually housed where the ExxonMobil place used to be. So, hi, Tracy, welcome. And the complex is enormous. The part of it that's used as a hospital for children apparently is on the right, and there's 5 or 6 gigantic buildings. The part on the left that I went into is called sports medicine, and so the entire downstairs where I went was nothing but exercise equipment. And so as I walked in, uh, every single person I passed, coming out of the cars, walking down to the buildings, everybody had their mask on. And every single person was very respectful of distancing. And I'm very, very grateful for that. When I signed in for acupuncture, my acupuncturist came up to me for just a few minutes. They gave me about 15 pages of paperwork to fill out because this is associated with, I know. So, as a brand new person who has registered, I had to fill out the paperwork. That should have been sent to me on email, but somehow or other, somebody got confused and didn't. So, uh, I was so happy to be there though, because the last time I had seen my acupuncturist was November. He switched his place of business in December. And when I called for my appointment in January, she wouldn't take my appointment. And she said for me to call back. Well, my life gets chaotic. And the next time I called back was a week ago. And so effectively, I finally got in. But he just, I mean, it was absolutely wonderful to go and be under acupuncture treatment. All of the classes that I've been giving recently for the Rays of Healing and some of my personal classes have been on flow. And acupuncture absolutely works with flow. If you're blocked, your the different flows in your body cannot work properly. So, and we have about 10 of them. And so I was just thrilled to be inside of that, to be inside the building and have this treatment. The second place I went to, This is in, Annandale. This is off of Gallows Road in, Annandale. Then the second place I went to was in Occoquan to a delightful little bitty restaurant called The Secret Garden. Well, it's actually not that small, except that to be socially, uh, distanced, they removed a number of tables inside to ensure the proper distancing from table to table. Plus, they have, as it's called, the secret garden, they have a beautiful terraced garden area for outdoor seating. And unfortunately, none of us called for a reservation. So, needless to say, when the first person got there, all the seats were already taken. So, we did go inside. First time I've been in a restaurant since the beginning of March. So, that is hi, Joe. Hi, Becky. And that to me just felt incredible. And again, we did this. We wore our masks as we were seated. And if we had to go to the restroom, we wore our masks. But then from that point on, we were able to take them off because obviously we were chatting, but we were also eating. And so, I mean, it just felt so good to be inside a restaurant, just to for that hour or so that we were there, to just feel like like this was an everyday occurrence or a weekly occurrence or however many times you go to a restaurant. It just felt fantastic. Those of you who are in Virginia, I do recommend this place. The food is fabulous, wonderful portions. I always take half of my meal home. I'm a very big proponent of extra helpings that I can share at home, and so I'm very happy to have that. The next place that I went to was a place in McLean. It seems like I'm going here, there, and everywhere. So I go from my place to Annandale, from Annandale to Occoquan, which is south. Now from Occoquan south, I'm going due north to McLean in Virginia. And I went to a lovely gift shop called The Artisans. And just as the word implies, many, many, many of the things in the store are handcrafted. Hi, Chris, by uh, artists. And whether it's jewelry or paintings or artifacts, just really neat stuff. I was able to find two gifts. I found one, and this is the way they presented it to me, which I was thrilled for. That was complimentary. And this one they presented to me. This is another gift. The larger gift is for my secretary. It's basically for her granddaughter, and the smaller gift is for my grandson. And so I was thrilled to get that. And as I was talking to another gal there, I was able to uh, just get I wasn't even paying attention to what she was doing. She said she would give me a flat ribbon, and I said, "Fine." And this is what I got, and I'm just absolutely thrilled. So even if I have to mail it, I'll find a way to protect the bows because they're so luscious, and it just felt so good. And again, everybody had their mask on, and everybody that walked into the store, that was working in the store, including a lovely lab that was there visiting for a short time. Uh, the lab obviously did not have his mask on, but everybody else did. And somehow or other, we just established a sense of normalcy, and we're able just to delight in stories that we shared with each other. And of course, one of the stories turned to Ruth Ginsburg. and what an influence she was. And the books that I bought were related to her. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but they're related to powerful women. So just really thrilled to find them, and the store just seems to be so current of the of eclectic things that would somehow or other fill a little niche in your life. And it's apparently, let's see, what's the address? 1368 Chain Bridge Road in McLean. And again, if you need any further information, text me and I will send it to you by message. I'll be more than happy to do that. As we talked about Ruth Ginsburg, the thing that I just wanted to share, I only have a couple minutes, and because I'm determined to keep these to 15 minutes, is that her wish, her fervent desire was that the next elected president name her successor. I did find out this has been all over the news. She is the first woman to lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda. The only other woman that lied in the Capitol Rotunda recently, the most recent, was actually October 3rd and October 31st of 2005. That was Rosa Parks, but she lied in honor because she was a civilian. Lying in state, you have to be a member of government or you have to be a member of the military. And the last person prior to Ruth was John Lewis in July 22nd and 28th in 2020. And not only was Ruth honored with lying, the first woman lying in state in the Capitol Rotunda, but she was also the first Jewish woman too. That was pointed out in one of the articles, and so of course, I had to Google it and I had to find out how many people had lied in state. I think I counted 35. Well, lied in honor or lied in state. And I think I counted a number, 35. And that was since the very first one in 1852. So, and I believe that was Henry Clay. I, I'm just, if she's important enough and as much as she did for individual rights, but not only the individual rights of the LGBTQ community, she dedicated her life for equality for women. And sometimes we as females just have to take back our power and recognize that we too, each individually, have the power to change the course of humanity. That we do not have to just sit back and be the recipient of somebody else's power, whatever power struggle, power over, whatever it is. And so, one of my contributions is my book called Own Your Power Day by Day, clearing emotional, mental, and spiritual blockages from your energy field. I have gotten feedback that this book has changed my life, and I really am very appreciative of it. It is a one of the most powerful tools I feel on the market today. Even though it's 750 pages, you only read 2 pages a day. So effectively, it's a year to get through it. It's a daily meditation journal, and it gives you plenty of exercises to do to strengthen your own resolve, to stand on your feet, to become the powerhouse that you really are. I so thank you for watching. I will see you in on Monday, and I will probably have, at this point, I'm not exactly sure what it is that my guides want me to present, but my suspicion is that I will yet have another comment on Ruth Ginsburg. Uh, the last thing I want to leave you with is you can't have the word truth without Ruth in it. I thank you again. I will see you and become, hopefully, step into who it is that you were really meant to be.